Hi, welcome to Fix That Format. I'm Pamela. I teach the computer classes at the Arlington Heights Job Center. Some of you may have been in class with me. Since we can't meet face-to-face, I've put together a video series focused on fixing some of the common resume layout problems in Microsoft Word. This particular series of short videos is about working with space in Microsoft Word, which may not sound like such an important topic, but turns out to be one of the key factors to happily creating and editing documents in Microsoft Word. In this group of videos, we will discuss how space is defined in Word, the difference between line spacing and space after a paragraph, and how to customize space in Microsoft Word. In this first video, we're going to take a quick look at the definition of space in Word, the difference between user-created space and Word-created space, and getting help about space from the Show Hide button. Space can be one of the most confusing concepts of all in Microsoft Word. It's confusing because the user is responsible for some types of space, but Word is responsible for other types of space. Not knowing who's responsible for what always leads to confusion, and that's true in Word as well. So here I have a blank document. I'm going to click to get my cursor, and as I start to type, when I hit the space bar, clearly I can see that there's a space there. But when I end the paragraph, which I'm going to do now by hitting Enter, I can see that the cursor doesn't go right below the line where I was just typing. So that's the sort of thing that can just make you crazy, because where did that space come from? So let's see if we can figure this out. So is there any way to make spacing easier to figure out in Word? Well, sort of. As a general guideline, any space that you enter directly into a document from pressing the space bar, the tab key, or the enter key on a keyboard is space you're responsible for. You put it in, so if you no longer want it, you have to take it out, backspace, delete. But if the space comes as part of a command applied by Word, then any change to that space has to be made through Word. Okay, but when you're sitting there staring at your document, how can you tell which space is which? And the answer to this is the incredibly useful Show Hide button. Let's look at some examples. Here are a few paragraphs in a Word document. These up here are regular normal style paragraphs. These are tabbed paragraphs down here. I'm going to turn on the Show Hide, which is up here on the Home tab in the paragraph group. It's this little button right here. I'm just going to click it to turn it on. And what this is showing me are what are called the non-printing characters. So here's a paragraph mark. This indicates a tab space. The little dots in between words mean individual spaces. So what's useful about this is that these marks mean that it's space I added through the keyboard. I hit the Enter key, I hit the Tab key, I hit the space bar. But like the space in between this paragraph and this paragraph, there's no mark there. I didn't do it, which means it's part of space that Word put in. So this is really helpful in editing because you can kind of figure out what you can change to the keyboard and what you can't. So if I take out this paragraph mark, you can see then how the two paragraphs come together. That's taken out the space. I'm going to hit Enter again to restore that. Obviously, if you're taking out individual spaces, click where you want to take out the space, backspace it, or delete it if you're going the other direction. I'm going to add that back in. So if I want to get rid of tab space, I do the same thing that I would for any other characters. I'm going to put my cursor where I need it to be. I'm going to use backspace, and you can see then that that's taking out the tab space. So it's one of those things that really kind of helps you understand where you are and it doesn't solve all your problems, but it certainly can be helpful. So to round up, as a general rule, space inserted via the keyboard must be taken out via the keyboard. Turn on the show hide to reveal the non-printing characters. Remember that even if the show hide command is on, those revealed characters do not print. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helps you understand a little bit more about how to work with space in Word. In the second video of this series, we'll take a look at some of the commands in Word that deal with space. And in video 3, we'll talk about customizing space. Thanks again. See you soon.